again, over and over again. Never stop saying you're mine. Say it ever and ever so sweet, ever and ever so sweet, just like an old Valentine. When you say I love you, the same old I love you, they whisper in stories and plays. You can change I love you, the same old I love you, to oh such a heavenly phrase. So say it softly and gently, and then over and over again. Never stop saying you're mine. You'd be so easy to love, so easy to idolize, all others above, so worth the yearning for, so swear to keep the home fires burning for. We'd be so grand at the game, so carefree together, that it does seem a shame that you can't see your future with me, 'cause you'd be oh so easy to love. It must have been moonglow way up in the blue. It must have been moonglow that led me straight to you. I still hear you say, dear one, hold me fast, and I start in praying, oh Lord, please let this last. Once in a while, will you try to give one little thought to me? Though someone else may be nearer your heart. Once in a while, will you dream of the moments I shared with you? Moments before we two drifted apart. In love's smoldering ember, one spark may remain. If love still can remember, the spark may burn again. I know that I'll be contented with yesterday's memory, knowing you think of me once in a while. If there's a cloud above, if it should rain, we'll let it. But for tonight, forget it. I'm in the mood for love. cloud above. If it should rain, we'll let it, but for tonight, forget it. I'm in the mood for love.
Julia Frances Langford was born April 4, 1913 in Hernando, Florida, which is a small town in Citrus County, Florida. Her parents were Vasco Cleveland Langford and his wife, Anna Rhea, Newbern. The Langford family later moved to Lakeland, Florida, near the Mulberry area, where Frances grew up. She graduated from Lakeland High School, then studied music at Florida Southern College. She won an American Legion talent show in the late 1920s, leading to her regular role with the Tampa radio station. In 1930, her mother, a former concert pianist, took the young Langford to Miami to see a performance by Rudy Vallee, one of the era's most popular singers. Langford managed to get an audition with Vallee, who promptly invited her to perform on his radio show. With a regular spot on Vallee's show in New York City, she performed on Broadway throughout the 1930s while continuing to sing on radio broadcasts, and Frances had a national hit song with her recording, I'm in the Mood for Love, in the 1935 movie Every Night at 8. Frances met America's handsome leading actor, John Hall. He was born in February 23, 1915 in California, but his mother was Tahitian. He grew up in that South Pacific island. John Hall became an American film actor, best known for his playing a variety of adventurous roles contracted to Universal Pictures. The couple married in 1934 and were Hollywood sweethearts. She joined Bob Hope on his first performance for Troops at March Field in California in May 1941, then toured with him on his initial long overseas USO tour in the summer of 1943, and then again in 1944. During one of their USO tours, she and Bob Hope were forced to leap out of a jeep to avoid fire from a German fighter plane. They both jumped to their safety in a culvert, with Frances landing on top of Bob. Another time they spent the night in the basement of a hotel in Algiers in North Africa as bombs burst above them. A USO tour in the Pacific Theater, she was invited to take a ride in a P-38 fighter plane. During the flight, a Japanese ship was spotted and the joyride was postponed until the pilot finished attacking the ship with bombs. Langford traveled more than 1 million miles while entertaining troops on USO tours in World War II and the wars in Korea, Vietnam, and Persian Gulf conflict. Known as the GI Nightingale and GI Sweetheart, Frances later said, "Entertaining the troops was the greatest thing in my life. We were there just to do our job, to help make them laugh and be happy if they could." At the end of World War II, Frances did a radio comedy series beginning in September 8, 1946 on NBS Radio titled, The Bickersons. In 1947 the radio show moved to CBS and continued until August 28, 1951. The Bickersons was a radio comedy sketch series that began September 8, 1946, on NBC, moving the following year to CBS where it continued until August 28, 1951. She teamed with Don Ameche for the ABC television program, The Frances Langford-Don Ameche Show in late 1951, a spin-off of their successful radio series The Bickersons, in which the duo played a feuding married couple. Frances Langford and her husband John Hall visited and fell in love with the region along the Indian River in Jensen in the mid-1940s. They purchased 350 acres to build a home there. They then wanted to develop some of the acres so others could share in this paradise. In February 1947, 5 buildings were constructed to make up the Langford Hall Terrace cottages overlooking the Indian River. The cottages were of frame construction, 2 bedrooms. It is only the beginning of development. Of the 350 acres the Frances Langford and John Hall couple own. In 1948, they donated 20 acres of land near her estate Indiana Jensen Beach, to the Martin County Board of County Commissioners, to serve the community as a park. It was named Langford Hall Park. It was located on Dixie Highway, just south of the Jensen Arch. The yacht basin harbor was being improved by February 1949. Frances Langford's special tiki hut on her estate was known as the hut as possibly portrayed by Emil Grupp. By November 1949 plans were being developed for a nightclub to be built on the peninsula beside the yacht marina basin allowing access by car or boat, a hotel with a large freshwater swimming pool built behind the Langford Hall estates and an additional 4 more cottages for the present row of cottages and then a second row of cottages behind those already in operation. Frances Langford's brother, James, was in charge of the terrace cottages. The interior nightclub would feature a collection of art objects collected by John Hall from Tahiti and the Bahamas, offering a true island appearance. There is plenty of property with 500 feet frontage on the Indian River and 50 acres on the St. Lucie, some 210 acres inland. They wanted the hotel, cottages, and nightclub to be a winter resort. All during their planning of the resort, the two kept schedules of shows and nightclubs and theaters they were doing and movies they were filming. So the restaurant and additional cottages did not develop yet. In May 1951 a regular sailfishing charter boat service was added for guests at the original Langford Hall Terrace cottages. The captain was Ronnie L. Hill on a 38-foot boat named the Dolphin. The resort was managed by Frances' brother, Jim, and his wife, Peggy Langford. In July 1951 Langford and Hall donated a 20-acre tract of land in Jensen for the development of the Langford Hall Park to serve Martin County. It is on the west side of A1A, just south of the Jensen Arch. Ramar of the Jungle TV series with John Hall as Dr. Tom Reynolds. Ramar was an African title for a white medicine man. It ran October 7, 1952 to end of 1954, with 52 half-hour episodes, most the settings being in Africa and some in India, but actually shot the film in Hollywood, some scenes of which were along the South Fork of the St. Lucie River and in other locations near Hall's Jensen Beach home. Most of the filming in Martin County took place in early 1954. Hall created the series and was its star. Plus 4 theater movies were produced 1953 to 1955, that were expanded versions of the TV series. Many items were produced with the series tie-in, such as toy guns, comic books, board games, costumes, iron-on transfers, safari hats, coloring books, jigsaw puzzles and play sets. In 1953 Frances was with Bob Hope entertaining U.S. troops in Korea. With their separate interests and careers, Frances divorced first husband, John Hall, in August 1955, but they remained lifelong friends. Langford acquired their Jensen home, a large citrus grove, the marina dock and property along the Indian River, plus the group of terrace cottages near the Indian River. Hall got some of their other property which he would later sell. While working the nightclub scene singing, she met Ralph Evinrude, whose family developed the outboard motor for boats. The two had a lot in common, both loving boating and fishing. They married in November 1955. Together Francis and Ralph moved forward on the original plans of a Polynesian resort and restaurant along the Indian River. By 1960 the marina was part of the newly named Langford Terrace Villas, which included complete accommodations for yachtsmen. Among the 27 units were 7 cottages, 6 duplexes, 8 apartments, and 6 waterfront villas which had been added. Francis Langford Outrigger Resort and Restaurant became a reality by late December 1961. So the early vision Francis had of developing the property along the Indian River as a place for people to enjoy a truly tropical paradise was accomplished. It remained a popular destination for locals and visitors alike for decades. Everyone loved going to the Outrigger. You never knew who might be there, including Francis' Hollywood friends. For years Ralph Evinrude and Francis Langford were seen on the Chanticleer, their lovely yacht. She went to Vietnam in 1966 with Bob Hope and the USO. Francis' first husband, John Hall, died December 13, 1979 in California. In 1986, Francis' husband, Ralph Evinrude died. Francis' famed Outrigger was sold in 1988 to Chuck Muir and Harold Kaplan, who renamed the restaurant the Key West, featuring the Outrigger Island Grill. Francis' association with Hope continued into the 1980s. In 1989 she joined him for a USO tour to entertain troops in the Persian Gulf, meaning that she entertained with Bob Hope throughout World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, and beyond. Harold C. Stewart married Francis in November 1994. In 1998, Fred Ayres, owner of Conchi Joe's restaurant, at the foot of the Jensen Beach Causeway, purchased the former Outrigger for $1.5 million. The restaurant needed 2 years' worth of renovations, which included the tearing down of the old nearby Langford Terrace villas. The restaurant, now named the Dolphin Bar and Shrimp House, did open with Francis Langford present on opening day, June 13, 2000. A special section in the lobby contains original Outrigger and Francis Langford memorabilia. Francis' dear friend, Bob Hope, died July 2003. Langford was a supportive member of the Jensen Beach community and constantly donated money to the community. She was a great philanthropist, and her generosity to the Florida Oceanographic Society, located on Hutchinson Island, was well known. Suffering from various illnesses, Francis Langford passed away in her Jensen home in July 2005. In 2006, the Francis Langford Heart Center, made possible by a bequest from her estate, opened at Martin Memorial Hospital in Stuart. The opening of the Francis Langford Heart Center in 2006 was the culmination of a 20-year battle to bring life-saving services to the community. This journey started in 1985 when Martin Health first applied for a certificate of need to build an open heart unit. In 2005, a $5 million gift from the Frances Langford Foundation was a significant step toward bringing the Heart Center bearing her name to fruition. The 2008 two-story Frances Langford Dockside Pavilion, named for Frances, is an air-conditioned banquet space, overlooking the gorgeous Indian River Lagoon. The hall, owned by Martin County, located within the Indian Riverside Park, includes more than 3,800 square feet of space, a caterer's kitchen and wraparound balcony. There are wonderful exhibits on Frances Langford at the Elliott Museum on Hutchinson Island. Nearly all are personal items from Frances and her husband Ralph Vinroot. The singer, actress, and longtime Martin County resident, who also owned the Outrigger Resort in Jensen Beach, was well known for her philanthropy in the community and was a staunch supporter of Martin Health System. When she passed away in July 2005, she left a legacy of generosity and caring for the needs of a community she loved. Her war-related papers during her USO trips can be found at the Institute on World War II at Florida State University. 2 books cover about Langford. They are Florida's Thrush, Frances Langford by Ferguson Addison, and Frances Langford, Armed Forces Sweetheart by Ben Omart. Now enjoy some videos films of her music and life.
Simply because you're near me. Funny, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for love. Heaven is in your eyes, bright as the stars we're under. Any wonder I'm in the mood for love? Why stop to think of whether this little dream might fade? We put our hearts together. Now we are one. Not afraid if there's a cloud above. If it should rain, we'll let it. But for tonight, forget it. I'm in the mood for love. Cloud above, if it should rain, we'll let it. But for tonight, forget it. I'm in the mood for love. A star is born, they possess a gift or two. One of them is this: they have a power to make a wish come true. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dream